Risky behavior.
The views and opinions expressed on this channel are solely those of the host and guest and are intended for entertainment and discussion purposes only. This channel does not promote bias, hatred, or discrimination of any kind. All questions posed and thoughts shared are part of a critical thinking exercise and are not meant to offend or judge any individual or group. We encourage respectful dialogue and love for all. Please remember to think critically and engage thoughtfully. We aim to foster a positive and inclusive community where everyone feels welcome. Thank you for being a part of Risky Behavior ENT.
Risky behavior.
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Risky Behavior ENT. I am Mr. Diabolical himself, also known as Beware the Messenger. I wanted to start off. Well, I got a couple of different shows that I'm going to do today. I can't wait to get to the true crime. But I noticed that I haven't done any relationship stuff in a long time. Right? So I pulled about 3 Kendra G singles live videos. And I wanted to watch them and go over them. The topic being today, recognizing bad behavior while dating, which I think is the issue, and I think most people don't do. Okay. Stepping out there and dating when looking and searching for love is much like a job interview. And just like you were having do's and don'ts on the job interview, you got do's and don'ts when it comes to dating. Now, the show I like to watch is Kendra G. I was doing Pop the Balloon, but I talked to a couple of people that went on those Pop the Balloon shows, and they said it was fake and it was staged. And I think the last hope that we have looking at a real dating experience is perhaps the Kendra G singles live show, because she can't stage that. It's just random people calling in to her show. And so you get to get a good look at how people are when it comes to dating, how they present themselves. And I think people don't recognize their bad behavior. I think people don't present themselves well, and I don't think they're very organized. And I'm going to point out some of those things. But this is just a fun show, and then later on, I'm going to do the whole true crime mystery stuff. All right. So, without any further ado, all right, first up says she's been married twice, 2 times. She used to be a dancer, not the ballet. And she wants a handyman that can fix things. Sweet girl, but just comes off a bit unorganized to me.
Hi. Oh my God. Hi.
I know you here earlier. We couldn't hear you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, you have better light, baby? It's like, can you get the light in your face?
Is that better?
Okay, this is a little better. What's your name, honey?
Mary,
Mary, where you calling me from?
Orlando, Florida,
Orlando. How old are you?
35.
35. What do you do for a living?
I'm a massage therapist and Reiki practitioner.
Can you move the camera over a little bit more? The opposite.
I hate to say this, but as somebody who spent a lot of time in Florida, Florida people on a whole nother level. They need somebody special to understand them. They just not a group of people that you can just walk in with no experience and understand like that. Anywho, now watch this. She gonna say what her career is. Here we go.
Direction.
Here.
Yeah, that's better. Okay. What's your job, honey?
I'm a Reiki practitioner and massage therapist.
You're a Reiki practitioner?
Mhm.
What's
Like
that?
spiritual healing.
Oh,
like-
spiritual. Okay.
Yeah.
And what else?
Massage therapist.
Massage therapist. What's your zodiac sign?
You know how they say on job applications, if you got like a messed up name, they don't give you a call back. It is my opinion that my expert opinion that if somebody if you're asking them, hey, well, what do you do for a living? And they, oh, I'm a massage therapist. And then they name a list of other things that you don't know what they are, that don't make sense to you. To me, you should just walk away and not do a call back the same way they do when they don't call you back on job interviews, when they can't read your handwriting or they can't understand and make sense of anything on your application. That's how I feel when I hear people name certain like jobs, like what you do for a living, and they start naming these crazy spiritual things. Then you gotta go down this crazy spiritual rabbit hole.
Sign, honey.
Aries,
Aries. You have any kids?
a 7-year-old girl.
7-year-old girl. And let's do it. You're coming from Orlando. So Mary Orlando, 35, Aries. Can I call you a spiritual analyst, did you say?
Like, you could say spiritual guru almost. Like, I don't know.
Okay. And massage therapist.
See, spiritual analyst, spiritual, that is nobody's job. That's not a real thing. That's not a real thing. I don't think too many people are going to take that serious. This is not a real thing. Like, not like when somebody's saying, like, what's your career? And we're going to, I don't know, maybe in some parts of the world, to me, it just sounds awfully weird. Like, I'm trying to imagine you going out on, you taking this person out to like a dinner party or something, or you're introducing them to people, your colleagues, and you're like, oh, what do you, oh, what's your wife do? And you're like, oh, she's a spiritual analyst. To me, that just sounds weird to say, but maybe it wouldn't sound weird to some guys. So I don't know. I think there's somebody for everybody.
And a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
What, are you looking for a man, I'm assuming, correct?
Yes. I've been married twice. In my 20s actually. And I don't know, I used to be an entertainer, so I met most of them as a dancer. And
what kind of entertainer were you?
like a stripper.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What did
I
you
don't know.
become
I'm
a spiritual guru?
I've always been kind of like into that. Like 2010, I started in the spa industry. And it just kind of elevated into something else. But I became a Reiki practitioner maybe like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm looking for a spiritual man, if that makes sense.
Okay, you want a spiritual man?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to add before we go to your deal breakers?
And I let her finish that and say that all the way. And it goes back to when I said before, when I said when you're out here and you're dating and you're trying to be this mature adult and you just want to find somebody and you're asking people about their careers and they're just coming up with these spiritual terms and that's the career. And then in the same breath, this person says, well, I was also married twice. Well, that people who have been divorced before and get remarried, they have a high likelihood of being divorced again, right? Because a lot of times people don't fix their issues. They take their baggage from one situation to the next, right? And so she's showing signs of somebody that maybe, like I said before, is a little bit unorganized, maybe hasn't got everything together all the way. Did you truly work on your things in your past? Because here's the thing, and this is why I say that I hate when people say, like, oh, I was a entertainer. No, you were a stripper, or say you were an exotic dancer. Don't try to say another word. We're all adults in here. I think it's about being open and being honest. Giving answers that way to me is a red flag, because it seems like you're trying to soften the blow about something that you may have done in your past, when if you handled it, you fixed it, it's in the past, you worked on it. No need to be that way. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want to do. Just come out and say what you are.
Uh,
I apologize, or say what you were, because people can change. But if you show shame in it, it can point to the fact that you might not have worked on it.
I'm looking for. I'm like seriously looking for a handyman. Like that is like my number one go-to. So like if a guy, like I don't know, that is the deal breaker. Not being a handyman. I need somebody with a skilled trade.
Okay, somebody with a skilled trade. Okay. So deal breaker, you have to be a handyman. If he's not a handyman, does he have to look a certain way?
Height doesn't matter to me. Age doesn't really matter either. But I'm
Your
into
audio
all.
is, I'm sorry to cut you off. Your audio is not the best. I wanted to come back to
Okay.
you, but is there a way to fix your audio? Are we on Bluetooth or something?
Uh, is this better? Am
Let's
I
see if
too
this.
far away from my mic?
It's just
Is that work?
staticky. It's just staticky.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
We got. Let's just try to move fast. Okay. So does the guy have
okay.
to look a certain way? And what about money?
I don't care about height and I don't care about the money at this time in my life. I just want someone who has a skill trade that the potential to make money.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, that. Okay. Okay.
You look good.
Thank you.
So you don't dance anymore.
No.
Okay.
I
Okay.
used to model professionally, but that's not the type of lifestyle I want to live. I'm more going towards the spiritual aspect of things. So yeah.
When was your last relationship, Mary?
2.5 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It was my daughter's father like a week ago.
Yep, there we go. There we go. It was going good too. It really wasn't going that bad. Um, it was. I'm. You know how you about to, like, add points and stuff because I'm like, well, at least this is a person that says, well, hey, she doesn't care about the height or the money or anything like that. You know, she's just more spiritual now, and it sounds good. It sounds good. And then you ask, mm-mm-mm. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, like the things I was saying before, it comes off as judging, but then it just ends up being right. It just ends up being right. She asked when she's on this girl is on a dating show, trying to find another guy to take her out, to be with her, to love her, to respect her, right? And the last time she had sex was a week ago with her child's father, who is 7.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you?
And might you add, the question says, you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask you anyway.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It was my daughter's father like a week ago.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Why don't y'all just be together?
He's 65. He's too old. And I'm looking for someone that is younger and has more life in him.
Girl, you know that's a red flag for any man watching, knowing that you still sleep with your child's daddy.
I know.
Mm. I'm at a loss for words. She's still sleeping with the elderly, y'all. She's still sleeping with the elderly. I'm telling you. Like I said before, she comes off a bit unorganized, and you're looking and nothing makes sense. Um, young lady married 2 times. She was an anxiety dancer. She not no more. She's a massage therapist, but she's also a Reiki spiritual healer. She don't care about the money, but she like a guy with a trade with the potential to make more money. She got a 7-year-old, but the baby daddy's 65, and the last time she slept with him was a week ago. And she thinks all this sounds funny. And it's only honestly, well, I can't say. I was gonna say that it's probably only two because she's a very pretty young lady, and sometimes when girls are pretty, they just feel like they can get away with anything. But this is ridiculous.
But like, I don't. It's been 2.5 years I've been in a relationship. So what else am I gonna do? I don't believe in playing with myself. So I'm too old for that.
So up until last week, you hadn't had sex in 2.5 years?
No, I couldn't wait that long. So I mean, I've
Wait,
been
so let me ask
celibate.
you a question. Up from last week, the last time you had sex prior to that was 2.5 years ago?
No, on
So
and
you had,
off,
huh?
on and off.
Oh, okay.
This is basically what she's presented, and this is how women like that talk like her are thinking. She's saying they feel like there's a hole, right? And that hole needs filling. And they're going to keep it filled, right? And then at a moment's notice, when they want to, they go, oh, well, look, I would like something else to fill this hole. And they just do this. Pull that out, and we'll insert something new. That's basically what she's doing. You're hopping out there dating with no preparation for what you want to come into your life. No pun intended. You're not thinking like nobody thinks to themselves, look, if I'm doing things with a purpose and I'm being intentional and I'm saying, hey, look, I'm ready to get out there and date. My daughter's 7 years old. So she's at an age where I feel like, hey, I can get back out there and start dating. The new guy that I want to bring into my life, especially her, she's claiming to be spiritual. So the new guy you bring into your life, don't you want it to be clean for him and free of toxicity and stuff like that? So you can't hold off and put yourself in the proper position for him to come into your to your life. Like that's the weirdest thing to me. And then what about the child's father? How does he feel? He's 65 years old. It seems like he's taking care of his kid, doing, and what is he gonna do? Come over one day to see his daughter and you're gonna have a dude up in there? It's like, what are you doing? That's weird. What if he bump into you out on a date or something? I don't know. People get into arguments sometimes and bump into each other. That's an odd thing to be like, damn, I was just sleeping with her last week. And now she's just on a dating show dating another, with another guy. It's like,
So you said
Yeah,
you made it seem like you said it's been 2.5 years. So it wasn't 2.5 years.
it was 2.5 years since I've had a relationship. My last serious boyfriend,
Right.
but I've
Oh, but
had
in this
sex.
meantime, so do you have sex
I've
with
been.
the child's father often?
It's only recent, mainly recent.
Well, okay, what do you want again? You want a spiritual man? Do you want, maybe you don't. Do you want a committed relationship or that's not important to you?
I'm looking for a serious relationship, more like a life partner at this point. I don't want to do marriage too much, but just a long committed relationship. A business partner, a best friend, spiritual partner, but marriage, I've
What
tried it
kind of
already
spiritual
twice.
guru? What kind of spiritual guru are
Like,
you?
like, like, listen, I'm trying to get into Tantra. So that's more of a sexual healing of the spiritual aspect. So if I could find a partner who's willing to go to Bali and learn Tantra with me, I'm all for it.
In the meantime, what kind of spiritual guru are you?
A Reiki healer. So, like balancing out a person's chakras, clearing out the auric field, stuff like that.
As a spiritual
Channeling.
guru, do you think you're living in the way to attract the kind of man that you could be in a committed relationship with?
Yes, I think I am. My life is peaceful. I don't have any trouble. I don't have any baggage and drama. My life is almost too peaceful that it's boring.
Yes, but you also still have sex with your child's father who's never going away. And your child
Girl, your life is not boring because you doing too much. Ain't nothing about your damn life boring. Stop lying. You are doing too much. And that's just crazy. It's like I said, she's unorganized. She seems like a sweet enough girl. She don't seem like some terrible, hateful, evil person or nothing like that. She's beautiful. She doesn't come off lazy. She comes off like at least she works and is somewhat responsible. But she's uncluttered and she's unorganized. And that's kind of odd, being that she's a spiritual guru, spiritual leader. I don't know how she's going to unclutter other people's lives when it seems like she has not been able to do it to herself. She's got too much going on and she can't even. That's why when Kendra G said, "You supposed to be a spiritual guru," that's why she laughed, because she knows she's not that. She knows she's not. That's just something she's saying. That's why I was saying about the career thing. She said that's her career. How's your career a spiritual leader and you don't know shit about spiritual leading? It doesn't make any damn sense. That's just some shit she's writing down. It's like, I don't know how you could take people seriously that do that. That there's very few people that being a spiritual leader would be their career.
is only 7. So you have to
Now, when I was in a relationship, I wasn't doing anything with him, but I'm like, there's no one in my life right now. I'm not even really. I've tried to date and nothing really sticks. I'm like, I might as well.
I understand. Listen, I'm not. I
They all got the same excuse. I think it's a taught and learned behavior. How is it possible that it's like every time you ask one of them, "Hey, you're on the show, you're trying to date people, but you just slept with your ex or your child's father or some other dude a week ago," they always say the same excuse. It's the, "I don't want to rank up my body count. What am I supposed to do? I don't, I know this person." It's the same excuse. It's like they all read from the same damn book. Like the fuck? Same damn book. You're on a dating show, ma'am. You should have not had sex with your child's father a week ago.
understand your reasoning. I'm just saying, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know the kind of guy though. Like, I think you're attractive, right? So I don't
Thank
think
you.
you'll ever have a man problem. I think men will always be attracted to you. It just depends, are they gonna settle down and be a life partner with you? And do you want a monogamous relationship or is it a free spirit relationship?
No, monogamous.
Do you want a monogamous relationship? That's the goal.
Yeah.
What are 3 flaws you have to work on, you think, Mary?
I'm impulsive, impatient. I have a temper sometimes, a little sassy with my words. I could be harsh with my words and um, what is it? Analytical. Um, like I need to move slower. I move fast with a lot of things that I do.
Just to ask, I want to be clear. Your child's father, was he once your husband too?
No,
Oh, you didn't marry him. You married 2
we
other men.
planned. Yeah, we planned to have a baby together, and that was it. He's a really good dad.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Why would a guy be likely to be with you, Mary?
Well, I'm the full package.
No. Don't say that. Now watch this. She said something, and I was like, "Am I going crazy? Let me know if I am wrong." Analytical refers to the ability to break down complex information into smaller parts in order to understand, evaluate, or solve it. An analytical person uses logic, observation, and critical thinking to examine problems, patterns, or data. Problems, patterns, or data. That's what she said about herself. I swear, didn't she just say? And Kendra made a face when she said it.
You, Mary.
Well, I'm the full package. I'm intellectual, spiritual, sexual. Like I can stimulate every aspect of a guy. Um,
No, she said it
Just to
before that.
ask, I want to be clear. Your child's father, was he once your husband
Hold
too?
on. Here we go.
like I need to move slower. I move fast with a lot of things that I do.
Just to ask, I want to be clear.
I'm impulsive, impatient. I have a temper sometimes, a little sassy with my words. Um, I could be harsh with my words and um, what is it? Analytical.
It can't be analytical because you're struggling to break down this complex information and you don't seem to analyze problems, patterns, or data. I think she means to say she needs to work on being analytical. And it's crazy to me. She's still sleeping around with her ex, who she got a 7-year-old with, but she was married twice. She done had a lot of situations going on. She got too
Like
much going on.
I need to move slower. I move fast with a lot of things that I do.
I
Just to
agree.
ask, I want to be clear. Your child's father, was he once your husband too?
No,
Oh, you didn't marry him. You married two
we
other men.
planned. Yeah, we planned to have a baby together, and that was it. He's a really good dad.
Okay, okay, fair enough. All right. Why would a guy be likely to be with you, Mary?
Well, I'm the full package. I'm intellectual, spiritual, sexual. Like I can stimulate every aspect of a guy. Um, I have humor. Uh, I stay in shape. I'm healthy. I'm holistic in every way. Like I try to balance and hit every point.
Okay. Let's see how this works, Mary Child.
Okay.
What's the age range you want to date? You're 35.
I would say 24 to 55.
24 to 55. All right. Mary Orlando, 35, Aries, spiritual guru, massage therapist, 7-year-old. Do you want more kids?
No,
No. Okay. You don't
no,
want marriage, you just want a life partner.
yes.
Nothing makes sense here. Like nothing, literally, like nothing makes sense. If she don't want kids, why would she be open to dating a 24-year-old? Why? So he can come be with you and not have a kid? And if she's willing to go all the way up to 55 and just be with your child's father, he's 65 years old. And obviously you like having sex with him because you was just sleeping with him a week ago. And you could just do everybody a favor and get off the market and just go be with that guy. You said you planned on having a child with him and y'all planned on it and y'all was going to get married. It sounds like to me, honestly, she's the type of person that takes a guy, brings him in, probably amazing to be with her. But when she gets bored, you're going to get kicked to the curb. And I think she realized that, and that's why there's not a hyper focus on marriage, man. Yo, what up, Prince, man? Ah, I was waiting on you, man. I was looking at these videos, and then we'll do that other stuff later. But yeah, whenever you are right there, yeah. Let's see. But yeah, Prince, whenever you are ready, you can let me know. These videos ain't that long. I think I'm about to skip this girl.
Okay. Use the spirits to help you guide you in that way.
They're not helping me.
Well,
They're I've tried everything. I've tried candle magic, whatever you can think of. It's not working.
you got, listen, I'm no spiritual guru. But I might say you might be blocking your own blessing.
You think so? With like interacting with my daughter's father?
Do I think so? Girl,
But
you just had sex with a 65-year-old man you plan to have a baby with last week, and now you on my show talking about you want to find someone that's going to be in a committed relationship with you that ain't going to care that you had sex with a 65-year-old man last week and your child's 7. That means he's in your life for another 12 years, bare minimum, if not for life. And he's probably giving you money because I'm thinking if he's 65, he probably got some cash. I'm not sure if he gives you money every now and then. And you wondering why you ain't attract the man that you want to attract?
but he's
And
not
I think,
around other guys.
and the spirits thing, maybe the spirits is communicating, use me right now to communicate to you what the hell they've been trying to tell you via candles. If you've been trying to light candles, but they said, well, we're gonna touch Kendra's spirit so she could convey to you so you can understand.
Kendra, you're I don't know, like
Yeah, Prince, man. She last week she was with her child's father. She has a 7-year-old. He's 65 years old, and that's who she was sleeping with. This girl, she's just totally unorganized. I don't know where she at in her life. I don't know why, but when she asked her what her career was, she listed a spiritual advisor is what she listed as her career. I don't know how that's your career, and you just said the spirits are not with you and they're not helping you. You said you're lighting candles and nothing is helping. So
I don't see anything wrong with it. I feel like it's better safe with him, someone I know, than just sleeping around with all these guys out here for 2.5 years. What up?
Yeah, listen.
I told you it's the same excuse. Don't want to rack up your body count, so you're just sleeping with people. What is that excuse the behavior that you're trying to walk around with somebody's bodily fluid in your body recently and bringing somebody new into your life? It's,
And
Yeah.
like I said in the beginning, I understand, but the type of guy that will wipe you up, again, you beautiful. So you're gonna have a guy that's gonna have sex with you. We're not talking about that. Sex and taking you serious and committing to you are two different things. So will men have sex with you? Absolutely, you're gorgeous. Are they gonna bypass the type of guy that wants to be in a committed relationship? That is a huge red flag. And not
But
even just that, but you have some self-healing to do if you want that type of energy. I think you want to make excuses for the physical aspect, and that's fine if you're physical. In the physical mindset, I totally get it. You don't want to be physical with a lot of men. This is your child's father. You had a baby together. So in my mental, I understand. But a man that wants to settle down and build something with a woman, that's a huge red flag for that type of guy. Now, a man that just wants to play with you and have sex with you and hang out with you and have a good time here and there, it seems like a dream come true.
I'm kind of like waiting to see how serious the next guy is. I can't get past typically a phone.
do you see how all of that just went over her head? None of that landed. None of that landed. It went over her head. It went in one ear and out the other. Kendra just basically said you are presenting as a bust down. And she just kept on with the conversation casually. Nothing about what she's saying now indicates that she would have listened and comprehended what was just said to her. And that's sad.
Conversation with the guy.
How about you become serious about you? Stop worrying about a man. Like that's the problem. Men are treating you the way you treat yourself. How about you become serious about you? And then men will have no choice to be serious about you because then you will be turned off. So as soon
Well,
as you take yourself serious and start making some serious changes, you will then attract a man that's going to be serious about you. You're not serious about you right
you think that I need to just that the energy that I'm connecting myself with my daughter's father is kind of like getting in the way of me attracting the right flow of the proper guy to me?
Listen to that. Do you think that the energy that no, I think you need to stop letting your child's father stick his dick in you if you want to date other people. That's what I think. I don't think it was energy. I think it was the dick. Stop taking other dick. Plan, prepare, think ahead for the new dick that you want, and be respectful. Okay, that's all it's about. That's all it's about. You don't want the guy that you're about to date. You don't even want him like the night before he tongue kissed another girl, and then he's sitting at the table with you, at the tongue kissing another woman all night, and he's in front of you trying to pretend like he's serious and stuff. You wouldn't like that. It would be weird. It would be awkward, So like people don't even like things like that. Like remember, even as kids when we was growing up, and like you a young boy, right? And you know how kids are, and we wasn't really doing too much or anything like that. But you might go try to talk to one girl, and she'd be like, when you just kissing on Ashley, right? So people don't like that. Kids don't like that. Teenagers don't like that. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants a serious is going to take you seriously when you say that you're still sleeping around with your 65-year-old baby daddy. And she ain't but 35. That's a hell of an age gap.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, you having sex with a 65-year-old man that you plan to have a baby with, no judgment. That was the plan. But there's consequences to that. I think we don't talk enough about consequences for the actions that we create, right? So you wanted to have a child. You said he's a good father. And so in that accord, you made the right decision for that decision. But there's consequences to that decision when it comes to your dating pool now. And you have
I
to be
see.
aware of that and acknowledge that.
I see that perspective. It makes sense. It sounds like something my sister would say. Um, honestly, that makes a lot of sense because
I think that's the overall thing, though. Consequences. People do not think enough about. You can do things, and I even understand why you do things because it made sense, and I get for your life that made sense. But there's still a consequence you have to deal with because of those decisions. And I just think more so than anything is one thing to have a child, but you still are physically active with your child, and this is a man that does not go away. And I don't know. This is an assumption. You tell me if I'm wrong. Does he help you out with bills? My thought is 65, he helped you out with bills.
uh, not like I want him to. I wouldn't say he's just giving me not like that. Not like that.
No, he does. He just don't do everything you want him to do, and that's probably because you wild and you running around out here doing what you want to do, and he trying to lock you down. This is a classic situation. She got with this guy. He was already much older than she was. She want to have a baby with him, so she said, "Let's have a baby." So they said, "Let's have a baby." 7 years later, now he's 65. He's too old, and she don't want to be with him. He wants to be with her. So he's gonna pay bills, but he ain't gonna pay too much because he ain't gonna let her just use him like that. He gonna take care of her now because she got his child, but he ain't finna break the damn bank. He trying to lock her down and she won't do it. And that's why she said that like that. Oh, well, he doesn't do as much as I would want. What more do you want? You got a great guy in your life. He's a good father. What you said, I haven't heard you say anything bad about him. Suck your teeth. I mean, you're still sleeping with the guy. You're still sleeping with the guy. And he's going to pay some of the bills and take care of you a little bit. But you're refusing to do what you're supposed to do, which is settle down, be with the father, and y'all live together. So he's probably holding back on some of the finances. Any intelligent guy would do that. But anyway, this girl all over the place. This is recognizing bad behavior when it comes to dating. Clearly, she's very unorganized when it comes to her life. Oh my God.
What are your deal breakers?
You. This next video is been proposed to 4 times, but they weren't the right guys. She worked on her flaws, and she wants you to make a minimum of 100K, 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 100K. Shout out to everybody in the building. Welcome to Risky Behavior ENT. I got my homeboy, the Prince of Petty, in the building. Waiting to see if he's able to get online today. We wanted to go over some hot topics, man. Look, he shared a video with me. I guess they're feminists, but they're men. I didn't really never put too much thought in this that it could be a male feminist, but it's gonna be like the male feminist against the guys that fight for men rights. Anywho, hopefully we get to do that today. But let's go ahead and get into this next video. This young lady been proposed to 4 times. They weren't the right guys. She said she worked on her flaws, and she wants you to make a minimum of 100K. And this is recognizing your bad behavior when dating.
Oh, there I go. Okay. So I can't. That's why I can't explain it. Because sometimes it don't work. Sometimes it do.
Hi, Kendra. Hi, beautiful. You're so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. This is my first time on live. I'm so excited.
I love it. What's your name, honey? Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
I am Brittany. I'm Brittany. I'm from Ohio, but I live in South Florida currently in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, stop moving. There we go. Is that your dog?
Okay, hold on. Yes, I put her down because she's making me move. Let me try to prop my iPad up.
I don't know if you noticed, but these things always happening in Florida. It just is. Oh my God. I was watching Bruce Rivers, criminal lawyer, reacting. He was doing the whole sovereign citizen reaction videos or whatever. And he said, why are all these videos and situations in Florida, man? I'm telling you, it's a different place.
A little better. Okay. Okay.
You ready?
Took a little bit. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm sorry.
You ready?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Hi.
Brittany, South Florida. Do you have any kids?
No kids, no children. No.
Okay. And what you do for a living, honey?
I am a manager for an agency, like for a bank.
Your hair looks good, Brittany. Leave it alone.
Oh, thank you. Because I was curling it and I've got to, okay. Right.
How old are you?
I am 39. I just turned 39 in February, so I just turned 39.
Is that Aquarius?
Pisces.
Pisces.
February Pisces. February Pisces.
February Pisces. Have you ever been married?
Never been married.
Okay.
Been proposed to 3 times, but never married.
You've been proposed to 3 times?
Yes.
By 3 different men or the same guy?
Twice by one man and 4 times. Twice by one man and 2 times by.
I hate when people do this. You know why? Because almost doesn't count. Why do people do that? I cannot stand it. It does not matter. And it literally hurts you. It does not help you. Ladies, please, if somebody asks you, have you ever been married? Just say no. I think in some ways, people feel maybe like people are going to shame them, like, oh, you never been married before. No guy want. They want to show that even though I've not been married before, I am wanted. And so therefore, I'm single by choice. That's what they're trying to do when they do that. But for me personally, I think you're hurting yourself. I think that's the worst thing that you can say is to bring up engagements. I don't think it serves you. It doesn't help you at all. It serves no purpose in your success when it comes to dating. It is a bad behavior and you should not bring it up. When a woman has turned down multiple marriage proposals and only expresses interest in settling it down at 39, it can raise legitimate concerns for a potential partner. A man might question what's changed. Why now? After passing on several serious opportunities, it can signal unrealistic expectations or a pattern of avoiding commitment. He may wonder, what will make me different from the others? And whether her sudden desire for marriage is rooted in genuine readiness or external pressure like age, social comparison, or fear of being alone. While everyone evolves at their own pace, this shift in behavior might feel abrupt or strategic rather than sincere. And that can be a red flag for someone seeking stability and mutual clarity. Stop saying it. It sounds silly. It sounds silly. You know what I want everybody to imagine? Imagine that you go for a very serious job interview, right? And this company is like one of the, I don't know, I'll say like a top tech company, right? And so you sitting down doing an interview at the top tech company, and the top tech company says, "Hey, I'm looking at some of your experience. You seem well educated. We like you and stuff like that. Can I ask you, do you think that you would do well here at this tech company, and do you think that you can handle it because you never worked, for a company on this level before?" And you're like, "Oh, of course I can work here. Of course, yes. Um, I'm well educated and I'm well experienced, and I've had opportunities to work at companies like this one before." And they go, "Really? Oh, well, let us know, what are these companies that you worked at before that can go along with your experience?" And you go, "Well, I didn't get actually work there, but they offered me a job. This company, this company, this company, and this company all offered me a job. And at the time, I turned them down because I didn't think they were a good fit." Now, the tech company that you're currently trying to get a job with, what are they going to say? What's going to be on their mind? They're going to say, "Wait a minute. Our company is similar to the other 4 companies you say you turned down. Why should we take you on if you've shown a pattern of turning down these things? Why would it now be offered to you again?" So that's why I say for women, because they tend to be the ones to do that. Have you ever been married before? No, but I've been proposed to. Why are you saying that? It does not look good to anybody. It doesn't. It looks like you run away from commitment. Like, it's, stop saying it. Like, damn.
To other men.
Did you say no
One
all
time,
the
like,
time?
huh?
Did you say no all the time?
Yes.
Why
The
did you
first time was the official one. It was because he wanted to elope. We went to Jamaica and I was young and he wanted to, elope with me, and I just couldn't elope. Because I was in Jamaica and we went ring shopping, and I thought we were gonna get engaged, but then he tried to really go for it long, because in Jamaica when you get those all in.
Now look at this. Now we're going down this whole stupid ass rabbit hole. And this is my point. You were not married to these men. You are 39 years old. Um, and you have no children. You're working, you're doing your thing. Why are we discussing your ex-boyfriends? Why? Why are we talking about them? But we gotta go down this rabbit hole because you said you were proposed to 4 times. Now we gotta go. Now we gotta hear about some Jamaica trip that has nothing to do. You think that seriously? Do you think that a man worth anything with integrity? I mean, a man's man. This guy coming in being successful, regardless if he make 100K or if he making just 60K. I don't care about the money. I'm just saying the mind frame, the character of a man that's seriously out here looking to date want to hear any of this shit. He don't. He don't. He don't. He don't care. He don't care. He don't hear about the Jamaica trip, the engagement, he don't care. He don't want to hear it. Nobody does. And it's crazy to me. This part of that bad behavior is coming on a dating show. And your idea is you want to attract people to you. Why would your potential guy want to hear this?
Inclusive resorts, they include a wedding for free. So I just didn't want to do that.
Okay, what about the other times?
The other two, I wasn't interested.
Okay. Were you dating?
One of the guys I was, I was dating both of them, but one I didn't take serious. The other one kind of was. But one, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say one was Caucasian, and I honestly didn't feel like my family would really approve of it. That part.
Well, we'll leave it there. All right. So, do you want to get married?
So she brings up the proposals. I just want anybody that's listening to think to yourself, do you think that what we got, the backstories, because she brought up the proposals, and so we had to talk about the backstories because Kendra G wanted to know, did we get good information that made us like the person more? Or did we get information to make us like the person less? It was less, wasn't it? And that's my point. Don't bring up no stupid shit like that when you on here trying to get you a new dude. Hell's wrong with you? You don't talk about your exes. You don't talk about nothing from the past and none of that. Who are you now? Why do people want to date you now?
Yes, I would for sure. That's why I don't have any children.
Okay. So we got Brittany, South Florida. She's a manager, 39, Pisces, no kids, never married. So what kind of man are you looking for, honey?
I'm open, but very open-minded, God-fearing, loving, a listener. I really need a friend first. Be my friend. Of course, a provider. Everything that will come with the territory, of course, as a man. But I really need a friend. I'm a partner. We got to be partners so that we can build a solitude, make something strong.
So we got to be partners. What are your deal breakers?
I'm open. I mean, the basics, hygiene. I'm open. Cigarette.
Isn't it funny how this is turned down for proposals and a Jamaican trip, because that's what she said. They went to Jamaica, the proposal, and they give you the free wedding ceremony. That wasn't good enough for her, right? Now it seems like she's prepared to take anything. Now it's basic.
You can smoke them, but like outside of the car, away from me or something. But
okay, away from you.
I'm open. I'm open-minded. I'm open.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Attractive. I'm open. I don't want to taller than me. I'm 5'5", so just taller than me. I'm open. I don't discriminate.
Okay, so you open all races too?
Yes.
Okay, open all races too. Should he make a certain amount of money? Let's see how open you are here.
I'm open. He has to make more than me. I mean, he has to be a hustler. He has to know how to, as far as how much, I need you to just make sure that you have some residual income and make sure that it's, you have some type of drive, some type of hustle, because a partner is a partner and we can both make it happen. I can help put my head with your head and, we can move together. But yeah, you definitely have to have some type of a lot going on.
So what is the bare minimum? So the guy can know before he shoots his shot if he can afford you. So what is the minimum?
The minimum is like 100,000.
Okay.
Like at least 100,000 a year. Like that's the minimum. Like, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's do the Kendra cam. The Kendra cam
in a row.
And we see your full body.
I know I'm in a whole row. Oh, Kendra. Oh, I will get, I was not ready. I did not know. I'm in a robe though, Kendra, but I'm in a robe.
Okay, we can't really see your legs, but
I'm not, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm little. I'm little. But I have big boobs.
Okay.
But I'm sorry. I'm in a plush robe.
In South Florida.
I'm sorry?
Do you want him to be in South Florida?
Not necessarily, no, because I don't think I want to be here anymore.
You don't want to be here anymore, so you're willing to move?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Why I forgot my question. When was your last relationship?
When was it?
Yes.
Like January.
January. Okay.
January officially.
January officially?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to.
Here we go. Here go the infamous question. Now, Kendra G gonna say she gonna ask a question that you do not have to answer, which means that you can opt out of the question. I wonder if she gonna answer this question. They can't resist. I know she's gonna answer the question.
Answer, but I'm gonna ask. Huh?
Mm-hmm. No, I said it was January was officially over.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
About a month ago.
Okay. Did that man make 100K?
More, way more, of course.
So why can't you be friends?
Now that was just the minimum. That was just the minimum. That isn't,
okay, so why
what I really come from.
Okay, so what's up with this guy? He don't want to be in a relationship?
He's amazing. I just love who we are as friends. Like we are amazing friends. It's like a over 15-year friendship.
If you wanted a relationship, would you be in a committed relationship with him if you could? I don't know. That's in the air because honestly, he was a frat guy. So I would say now, how about a deal breaker there? He was a frat guy. He is a frat guy. So not necessarily. I love frats. Don't get me wrong. So you don't want nothing serious, huh? You don't want anything serious.
I just love our friendship. I love our friendship. When I probably did maybe years ago, it didn't happen. So I moved on with that. So y'all just are friends with benefits at times? Yes. Okay. You grown, and it seemed like you don't got no emotional attachment. This is my best friend. I love him so much.
So this goes to like when people say, well, man being friends, they want like their like if a woman say, hey, I don't want my guy to have female friends, or if a guy says, hey, I don't want my woman to have male friends, because here's the thing, you would come around her to date this woman. Did she introduce this guy to people? She says this is her best friend over 15 years. and she was just sleeping with him a month ago. And people be acting like people are crazy. Like people just be making shit up. Like, yo, see, people be doing stuff like this, man, all the time. And she gonna introduce you to him if y'all dating and y'all become serious. And she gonna be, oh yeah, this is just my homie, and this is my best friend over 15 years. This is my friend. Nothing's going on. And the whole time she was sleeping with her best friend, a guy, last month. That's crazy. And another thing that confuses me about her is she's a person that wants certain things, but at the same time, she already had those things and she didn't want them. She wants the marriage, but been proposed to 4 times. Didn't want it then, right? Kendra asked her, are you open to dating other races? She says yes, but she had a white guy that proposed to her. So she says in her past, but guess what? Didn't want it. Kendra G asked her earlier about how she wants her relationships to start. She's like, well, we gotta be friends. We gotta be friends. But she just slept with her best friend, and guess what? She didn't want him. She just wants to sleep around with him. So I think she tells herself she wants relationships. I think she's running from them. I think she got commitment issues. I really do. I truly do. Nobody says what they want and then gets it that many times and just throws it away. That's crazy. That's a commitment issue. That's self-sabotaging at its finest.
Do when you get a man though? Because right now you're looking for a man, and are you gonna cut him off?
We have that. We have that. Yeah, we have all that situated. We already talk about all of this. We best friends, so
you guys. So when you get into a relationship, y'all gonna stop being best friends?
No, whoever I'm in a relationship with, we'll know him, but we will cut the benefit part out for sure.
Girl, what? Into a relationship, y'all gonna stop being best friends?
And so
you guys talk about
oh shit, hold on, my bad.
And are you gonna cut him off?
I want you to watch how she smiles devilishly. Watch this.
We have that. We have that. Yeah, we have all that situated. We already talk about all of this. We best friends, so
you guys.
Her and her literal best friend are sleeping around with each other. And her and her best friend are discussing how they are going to handle and manipulate anyone that comes into their lives. Think about how fucking diabolical and sick that is. That for any woman that goes into her best friend's life and any man that goes into her life, those two have already conspired with each other. You could become her husband, and she has already created a covenant, lock, binding secret with her best friend, and you would never even know nothing about it because those two are working together. That's sick. And that's crazy. And that's why any man with any common sense is going to say, nah, you can't have no male best friend in your life at all. Can't talk to him at all. If I catch you talking to him or catch you sneaking around, I'm gone. And that's why guys do things like that. And that's why even women do things like this. Even on the other side, that guy meets some woman, introduces this new girl to this supposed best friend, and these two have that's just weird. I'm sorry. That's just weird.
So when you get into a relationship, y'all gonna stop being best friends?
No, whoever I'm in a relationship with, we'll know him, but we will cut the benefit part out for sure.
Girl, ain't no man going for sure, but baby girls, wake up.
You crazy.
Unless he get, hold on. The type of man that y'all talking for, because y'all want boss men. So I'm gonna tell you, the only man that's gonna go for that is a gay man who just with you because he'll want the world to know he gay, or a man that's living off of you in some way, so he really can't say nothing, because you the boss, so he gonna just deal with it. But any man that is what y'all call alpha male, ain't no man going for you hanging out with a man that had you all wide open if he really care about you. Now, if he don't care about you, then he don't give a shit. He could be around you and all the men that you slept with. But the type of guy
for sure.
But the type
You're
of
absolutely
guy,
right.
The type of guy that makes a certain amount of money and a take charge and a leader, there's no way he's going to be comfortable with you still being good friends with your friend with benefits.
Well, if he steps up to the plate. Yeah, if he were to step up to the plate and me and him were to have those type of conversations and he wasn't comfortable with it, then, and we on that type of level, then absolutely, then I would have to cease and desist with, for communication for the time being. I'm respectful. That's my friend, and friendships, they'll always be there. So yeah, I can respect my man if that's what my man would want, for sure.
Okay. All right. So she'll let the friendship go. All right. 3 flaws you have to work on.
She is not gonna let that friendship go. Okay. She gonna tell him, hey, best friend, hey, you know what I'm saying? You gonna wait over there. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna sneak and see him. That's a lie. She's not gonna cut it off. And she only said that because of what Kendra said to her. She thinks it's funny. She thinks it's cute. She thinks it's cool. And I don't know. I think she's very cocky. She thinks, you know what? It have to be the men that are out there dating fault that women think that they can get online and say the things that she said. And hey, she feels like I can say all these things and you're still going to be in my DMs. You're still going to send me a message. It is what it is. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's right. I don't know. Maybe there's a different type of man out there that would put up with all that stuff.
Oh, 3 flaws I need to work on. That's pretty cool.
Don't tell me you got that.
This be the hardest question, child.
It is. And I'm not trying to be naive. It's plenty that I can say. But the first one would be I'm 39 now, so I've changed so much. I'm such a listener. I've changed so much. So I think I've worked on so many flaws. So at this age, I haven't caught many. I would say that's a hard one, Kendra.
You can't think of 3 flaws?
Absolutely not. I'm caring, I'm loving, I don't know.
I just told you she cocky, arrogant. She's just delusional, just no flaws at all. She said, I can't think of none. I can't think of none. I can't think of none.
No.
Then why do you think you're single?
Maybe.
So why do you think you're single then?
By choice. By choice. It's because of where I'm.
Didn't I say that earlier? The reason when Kendra G said, have you ever been married before? And she says no. And then she lists the fact that she's turned down 4 proposals. I told you it was only so she could say that. It was only so she could say she's single by choice. That's it.
From and where I'm at. And where I'm from is a different cut of a cloth. I'm used to certain type of breeds, and now I'm in South Florida and they're totally different, and they're not calculated like what I'm used to. So I'm not attracted to, what I'm seeing here, honestly.
So I got a question. So if it's your choice to be single, why did you call me?
Honestly, it was my choice to be single here because you have an open platform and you are more universal. It isn't just singular to where I'm at. And honestly, I like your content and I feel like I will put myself out there. I'm single in South Florida by choice, respectfully. But I think you have a great platform and I think it's possibly someone that will, think that I'm attractive and maybe like the things that I've said to you tonight, and we can possibly make something happen out of that.
Okay.
Who in the hell would like anything that she said? You've done a she's done a horrible job representing herself on this show. Hopefully she will watch this and like come like she'll go watch her episode and like go back and redo it. And I love when I see people that do that and they try to correct themselves because I don't know. I I don't if they anything like me, they're not gonna hit her up.
So single by choice, that means like because of your choice, you don't want to be a wife right now. That's not what you want.
No, single by choice, meaning I'm not interested in what I've come across, but I will say this, I'm a worker. Like I work a lot and then I come home and take care of my dog. I'm not out there. I don't put myself out there. That's another reason why I probably just joined. I don't go outside a lot. So I'm not seen a lot. I'm not accessible. So that would be another reason why I haven't maybe caught the eye of someone that I'm attracted to. But I mean, it's attraction. It's just, it's different here. It's a big melting pot in South Florida. I don't know where I think you're in LA. I don't know, but I'm here in South Florida. So I'm from originally Ohio. So I'm coming from it's a big diversity. It's different. So it's a little different.
So there's two categories, right? There are literally some women who are single by choice. They don't want to date. They focus on whatever they're doing. If a man comes, they like, no, I'm not dating right now. I am focusing on whatever it is. It could be, I'm a mother right now. I'm not dating. My kids are important. I'm focusing on my business right now. I ain't trying to get distracted. That is a woman that is single by choice. Then there's a category of women who are single because they haven't attracted the right guy that they feel as though they'll be willing to be in a relationship with.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. And it's more like settling. I'm not going to just settle.
Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. So I would put you in the second category. I would put you in the category you're single because the type of guy you would like to be committed to, you just haven't attracted that guy yet. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I would ask, the reason I'm deep diving here is this is where the flaws question can help you because, listen, I believe in law of attraction, right? And I know we always want to blame everybody, child, but I say this all the time. We are a movie and everybody else is a supporting cast. So anybody coming to your life, you are doing something to attract them. So when you say you have no flaws, that means for us.
I didn't say that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Okay, well then tell us because
I wasn't saying that. I said I worked on them. I said I worked on them.
We here though. But here's the deal: you making it difficult because I asked.
But that would be better. You haven't worked on them, and you have flaws, and you're trying to hide them, and so you're coming off bad. Because think about it, dating this be like a job interview. Don't you think it would be better if you said, "Well, hey, well, let me give you some flaws that I have worked on." Because I'm working on it. And even that would be great. That would be impressive, right? But you ain't doing it because you ain't got no flaws, because you're cocky.
I asked you the 3 flaws question, and you said that's a hard one. So if you got 3 flaws, we would just move on. But you made it seem like you don't got 3 flaws.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to make it like that. Of course I do. It's hard to say because I didn't work on the flaws that I felt like I did have. And I don't want to reflect on my, on my growth. But that is a hard question.
It should be.
She don't want to reflect on her growth, but she want to reflect on trips to Jamaica. I can tell you this. One is she got commitment issues and she play games with men and she's careless with their hearts. That's the only reason why a woman would have been proposed to 4 times and not be married and be laughing about it, joking about it, sleeping around with her best friend over 15 years. I don't think she's worked on anything at all.
Hard question. It should be an easy question because what it does is, well, the reason, listen, we'll move on. But what it does is it shows that people they don't self-reflect enough. They don't self-reflect enough to figure out what they can do to become better if they really want to close a deal or attract a certain type of person, because everyone thinks they're flawless. Like, and this literally is what I've learned hosting the show, is everyone really thinks they're flawless. And I'm telling you, it's the freedom and learning.
I'm definitely not.
Well, then, honey, you ain't never tell us 3 flaws.
It was just because the question is
Okay,
so.
It was. So what are 3 flaws? So what are 3 flaws?
So it's still just a spurt. Okay, one flaw I would say would be, for me, I'm an overthinker. I overthink. I overanalyze things. That would be one.
That's a cop out. Why do everybody go to that? Everybody goes to the I'm the over. The only thing wrong with me is I overthink. And the other one, I overlove. I love too much. I love too hard. That's my flaw. Or I trust so easily. I just trust too easily.
I have I'm a Pisces, so I have a very strong sense of feeling. If I don't feel your energy, and if I don't like you, and we haven't even spoke, I won't speak to you because I don't like your energy. I feel like that's the flaw, because that's not. I don't feel like I even accepted that person to even give them that. But
Okay.
that's it's so. And then the third one would be, I would say I don't have children, so I would say maybe I'm a little self-absorbed. But all I got is myself.
That was a good one.
Okay, we got somewhere. So now these are just things. No, but the reason, here's the deal. And some people were saying, I'm not being combative, but the one thing I will say was sitting in the show is I become the middle person, right? So you don't want me, you want a man, right? And you want a particular type of man that you describe. So for sitting here for almost 5 years, I've heard what they want, right? And I think that the biggest disconnect is understanding the person that you say you want and what's important to them. Listen, you don't got to change for nobody, but I think it's only if you really want to be with this person and you really want to start this life with this person, it will only benefit you to learn what they like. And then you can decide, am I this person? If I'm not this.
Is the behavior that you're displaying, the life you're living, is it conducive to the results that you say that you want? And for most people, it's not that way. Most people behave, act, bring into their life opposite of what they say that they want. That's what makes these interviews more confusing when you do dating. When you say, "Oh, I want marriage, I want this and that." Okay, cool. But I turned down 4 proposals. Huh? What? I want a guy that I can be his friend. Okay. Then she says, "Oh, but I got a guy that's my friend over 15 years. I don't want him, but I am still sleeping around with him." Huh?
This person, do I want to become this person? Or maybe I don't want to become this person. Okay, so I'm this person. So what really fits well with me? And that's where it kind of goes, right? And again, I just sit here because now I get it. And that's just what the disconnect is. Understanding the person that you say you want, and if you really are that, and if you want to become that. Because you might realize, like, I don't really want to do that. I like me. So what kind of guy likes me? And you said 4 guys proposed to you, which is a lot. Well, 4 times.
Yeah, I'm curious. I have a great personality. So I attract, and that's not it. It's just more so of what I attract. But I attract at great places, but it's more so what I'm attracted to as well, or what would tickle my fancy. I wouldn't want to waste anyone's time either, so I don't want to waste my time. So
I think I agree with you. You don't want to be, listen, and this is not a settle conversation, because I'm never trying to get anybody to settle. Because you got to live your life, right? Like, forget what we say in the comment section. At the end of the day, you wake up with you go to bed with you. So you got to make the best decision for you. And I respect that. But I think that sitting here for the last 5 years, I talked to some amazing women, but I think there's a disconnect in the guy that y'all are saying y'all want. And that's what happens. Like, you guys are amazing in so many facets, but y'all gotta, if y'all, again, this only because y'all say y'all want this man. That's only because y'all say y'all want this man. So if y'all really want this man, y'all really gotta learn that man. But we're neither here nor there. This is the high note. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm amazing. For one, I'm a great person to be with. I'm understanding. It's so many different attributes that I contribute to a relationship. It's just, I would, like I said, we will be partners. I'm caring, understanding. I will, I guess, fill those voids that person maybe need, or, I don't know. I don't know what I can be in that person's life until I'm in that person's life and see what that person may need for me to help fulfill them with.
Okay.
That's a tough one.
Okay. You do want kids. Do you want kids, or you don't know? It's not a priority to you?
It's open. It is. I'm 39 now, so I mean, hey, if it happens in the next couple of years, then yes, but it's not a main focus.
Okay, fair enough. Sure. So could he have kids already?
Yeah, he can, because I mean that'll yeah, that's what a society, I mean, that's what society is. Everybody has children, so I wouldn't want to, X that box out.
Well,
it doesn't really matter to me. You take care of those kids.
There are men without kids, though. There are men without kids. Okay. What's the age? What's the age range?
The age, definitely, like 40 to 55, I guess. Or it could be like 35 to 55. I like 55s. I like in the 50s, like 53s. They be cute. They be cool.
Okay. All right. So we got Brittany, South Florida, no kids, never married, but been proposed to. Try to play with it. 39, Pisces, is a manager. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
No, I just heard you telling the last lady that, and no, I will be. I will definitely join it.
Okay, let me show it to you. And everybody rate the app 5 stars, because I'm a Black girl with her own dating app, and that's the reason. Let me show it to y'all. Okay, here it is. Kendra G Singles. You can screenshot it. iPhones, Android phones. And then your name is Brittany, right?
Yes.
I'll put it back. You ready? The screenshot?
Yes, please do.
You get a screenshot on your phone. Okay, got it?
Yeah, I'm on my got it.
And then Brittany, what's your favorite number?
7.
I tell everybody their favorite number 7. People, I said that before. Someone said,
well, it can be 2. You can do.
No, you can do 7. No, it just proves me right when I said that, because somebody said everybody's favorite number is 7. All right, Brittany 7. Make it confusing. Hello?
How you doing? Good.
All right, on to the next one. This says she's 62. No, she's 6'2", married but separated. Wants a man that found himself, and she was ready for the comment section. And I just threw this one on the end to catch this out, but I'm not going to do this too much longer. These people drive me crazy. I don't know how Kendra G does it. That's why she looks exhausted every time I see her doing this show. The things that these people say is just insane. It's like you feel like people are trolling you at some point. Like, are you serious?
Hello?
Hey, Kendra, how you doing?
Good. Your name is Queen?
Yes.
And where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Palm Beach County, Florida.
Okay, Palm Beach County, Florida.
What the fuck is going on? I'm telling you, it's all in Florida.
How old are you?
I'm 50. I turned 50 January the 18th.
All right. So is that a Capricorn?
Capricorn, baby.
Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
The last day of Capricorn is on the 19th.
You know, that is really impressive. Kendra having her own dating app. That's cool, man. I always kind of wanted my own, not like a dating app, but I always wanted like a app. Like how people got apps and stuff. Like, hey, I got an app you can download. I always thought that was like a cool thing to be able to say in a conversation with somebody is, hey, you know, I got an app and you can download it. I think that's cool. Oh man. I gotta come I think, and then I heard they're kind of a little bit um more accessible for people nowadays, to be able to get an app and put it on the app store. So I'm looking at that. I just gotta come up with an idea.
I'm on the 18th.
18th. Okay. You have any
Yes,
kids?
January 18th. Huh?
You have any kids?
Yes, I have two.
How old are your two kids?
My son is 25 years old and my daughter is 22.
Okay. Both by the same man?
Yes.
Okay. So we got Queen, Florida. What do you do for a living?
I actually own a trucking company, which I sent my trucks over to North Carolina with my brother. And I actually had to kind of get myself together, find out who I am, and move into this particular light that I'm in right now.
Okay. All right. Queen, Palm Beach, Palm County, Florida.
Palm Beach County, where Trump live at.
That was up. Shout out to her for the trucking, man. Got her own business. So far, good.
Ooh, you live where Trump live?
Yes. He live about maybe 5 or 6 exits from me off of Southern Shire.
You be seeing him at the grocery store?
No, I don't get to see him at the grocery store.
He don't be at Whole Foods. You don't be running to Trump at Whole Foods, girl.
Girl,
I know Trump be at Whole Foods, girl.
Girl,
you don't never see him at the laundromat? I know Trump be at the laundromat.
Girl, I don't even see him around the damn garage. I don't even get to run into him. I say I'm gonna take my toupee and leave it where I'm at. He wasn't trying to come back. I say, well, stay over there, toupee. Stay over there, toupee. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Okay,
So
okay.
he's a couple exits away from me.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought he lived at the White House.
He do, but he at the White House now, but his actual residence is in Palm Beach County, off of Southern area.
All right.
Over by the Intracoastal. That's where his house is at.
Okay. So you say you own a trucking company, right?
Yes.
So we got Queen, Palm Beach, Florida child, live close to the president. She owns her own trucking company, 50 years old, Capricorn, mine of 2 kids. Have you ever been married?
Yes.
When did you get divorced?
Never. I'm still happily separated.
Girl, okay, well, you know what? Here's the deal. I've been people who were separated from the show, but on the app, you actually can be separated. How long have you been separated for?
Since July 1st, 2022.
Why you been separated for 3 years?
Just been separated, had to find myself, see what I was going through.
But why not get officially divorced?
I'm working on that.
Why is it taking 3 years?
Just had to get myself together and find out whether or not I really wanted to do that. And now I'm working on it. It's in the works now.
So what part of it is in the works? What level you at?
I'm at the level of let me find the attorney so I can file this paperwork.
So what kind of man you think is gonna want to date a woman that's still legally married?
Well, you know what? That's a good question. The same one of those men that like to date women that's still legally married. It's a lot of them out there that's doing that too. They might not tell it. They might not tell it, but they doing it.
Right, but is that the kind of man you want?
Of course not. Of course not.
Well, okay, so how does this work then? Because you're saying the type of man that you will attract right now, not the kind of man that you want to date.
You know what? I think what it is too, a lot of the time, especially as you know, Kendra, in our Black community, you know, there are a lot of marriages in the Black community that are separated. And they've probably been separated for years and years and years, but they're separated, but they're still married. So honestly, in our Black community, we all know that's really something that people really still do.
Right. But before I make this next point, let me find out what you're looking for. What kind of man you looking for?
I'm looking for a man that found themselves like I did.
How'd you find yourself? You still somebody's wife.
That don't mean, listen, you could be somebody's wife and still know who you are. I mean, what does being a wife have to do with being an individual?
Here's the deal. You kind of answered it already, there's all types of men, right? So besides find themselves, give me some more characteristics of the type of guy you desire.
I desire a type of guy that know who he is, just like I know who I am. I desire a type of guy that honestly puts me the way I'm gonna put him. Like, put me first. I don't want to hear about the children come first. I honestly don't want to hear any of that.
So
If my only red flag is because I'm married and I've been separated for July 1st to be 3 years, if that's the red flag, then we got some bigger issues than just that. Because it's not like that's something that can't be worked on, because a lot of people might be in a situation like this and they could still be going through the emotional turmoil of still being with the man and trying to get back, but that's not me. It's just I'm working on the divorce side of it.
Yeah. I think she's the person she gonna do what the hell she want to do, but I would think that it's always best to have situations handled. Like for me, I'm possessive, I'm territorial. When I come into a situation, I don't want anything around that ain't supposed to be there. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, or legally, right? And while that person that is your husband is not there physically because you are separated, he is there legally. Um, he is there spiritually because you have not divorced yet. So there's still a spiritual tie there, or in my belief, that's what I believe. For some people that don't recognize spiritual, you can skip over that, right? Everybody don't believe that. But mentally, right? You have to consider anything that is in existence in your reality. So unless if you don't believe in spiritual, there's at least two ways that that person is still around. And if you are a possessive or territorial person like me, I mean, that's a no. Um, just would not tolerate it. Call it a red flag, call it whatever you want. Um, I would prefer you handle and fix all of that. Um, before you come try to date somebody else. Right. And people have their own reasons, man. But you know what? It's probably somebody else out there that's separated as well that will love to be with her. Cool. And who cares? You know, they're in their 50s. Look, if you got a good situation going on, it's probably another guy out there. He's married but separated, got his own situation going on. People don't want to split up things. They kind of want to keep things the way they are. Cool. Whatever. Do what y'all want to do. I don't care.
Okay, a couple of things.
Yes.
You said you want a man that's going to put you first before his own children.
Well, I'm not necessarily putting me first before his own children, but I don't want a man that's still focused on his kids and his children 30 years old. I come into a lot of men like that.
She right with that one.
Will you do the same? Because you got a 25-year-old and a 22-year-old.
Yeah, but I don't put them first. They're still my children. But that don't mean that they come in first. I mean, at what point am I still going to babysit my kids?
So what are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers in a man, I just don't want to hear a man lie to me, because I'm not lying. I'm still telling the truth. That's one of the main deal breakers. If I can get past a man lying, then anything else comes under the communication level. I'm not lying.
Okay, when do you think your divorce will be finalized?
I'm working on that with an attorney.
Okay. So I guess what I was trying to, and I say this all the time, right? Everything is law of attraction. Like if you can learn anything in life, I always want people to learn this, because everybody is a reflection
Right.
of us. So we're the movie star, and everybody that is outside as the supporting cast is what we project. So I feel as though, and I could be wrong, I'm not God, a guy who is looking for something serious, because these men do exist. They walk in the planet, you know, but what does that guy want a woman who's still legally married? That could be a red flag for him.
I'm sure
that could be a red flag for a guy that's like, I want to settle down, I want to build this life, or I want to be with this type of woman. That guy might say, you somebody else's wife, you're not an option for me. Now, the type of guy that might look past that, either A, might be married to somebody else's self, so then now that makes sense. Y'all both going through a separation, and then that could probably work. Would you date a guy that's separated?
I would.
Okay.
Because I know that dating a guy that's separated, that's not the end of it. I mean, because it could be a be all, say all, or it could be reasons, it could be things in between. So being separated wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. Now, it's not the separation that's a deal breaker for me. It's the emotional and the sexual attachment that would be a deal breaker for me. But just being separated, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. I'm being honest with you, it wouldn't. And you know what? And I came on here and somebody told me to come on here. I said, well, what is she doing? Oh, she just doing an open panel. I say, oh, it's just an open panel where she's talking. It's an open panel where you're doing the dating thing still. So I'm still here anyway.
Okay, well, I want to make sure you understand, because if you're not familiar with my show, I want to make sure you understand. So this is going to be seen by thousands of people.
I understand.
Okay, long as we good.
Okay. Listen, Kendra, I understand. I got my own channel over there, and I like to watch your channel over here, child. So I understand what your deal breakers, what your questionings are, and I understand all that, and I think you're doing a good thing.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's proceed. So here's the new rule. We did ban, well, I wasn't interviewing separated people for a long time, but you could be separated on the dating app. That is an option, and you got to be on the dating app. So does the guy have to look a certain way?
No, and I'm 6'2", and I got an afro, and I wear heels. So he got to make sure that I don't have to look a separate way, because I can't. I'm 6'2", I'm an only girl, and I'm raised by all men, and I'm very strong in who I am. So there's no deal breaker for me. I've dated tall. I'm the shortest person in my family at 6'2". I'm raised by a dad and all brothers who the shortest is 6'7". So looks don't have anything to do with it, because I come from a very good looking family. Very good looking.
Wait, you're the shortest at 6'2"?
Listen, I ain't trying to be funny. And then I love these. I love heels, honey. I don't wear nothing less. You want me? I'm not joking.
Okay, well, let's do the Kendra Kim now. You got to back up.
You know, I didn't really know I was coming on for this, but I would do my best. This is me.
Okay, can we?
I'm trying, girl.
I know. So you're 6'2", but you gave us 6'2". So let me ask this. Okay, should the guy make a certain amount of money?
Huh?
Should the guy make a certain amount of money?
No, he don't got to make a certain amount of money. As long as he know how to take care of himself. And then if it come a time where we got to take care of each other, that's what's important to me. As a matter of fact, Kendra, I'm going to tell you, it's a guy, not calling no names or nothing. I just went on somebody live and he made the same thing. Yeah, you know, it's women out here these days saying that they want a man that makes 6 and 7 figures. I looked at him and I said, listen, stop throwing insinuations and all them accusations and all this old type of stuff. You done been on the Kendra G show. You done heard somebody say something like that. And we all know Kendra building her app because everybody need love. But the average woman not around here telling a man, you got to make $100,000. I say half of y'all men don't even know what. Y'all don't even know people really making $50,000. I'm being honest. Think about the everyday living. They could say what they want to say. Kendra, listen, I do a men only live. I'm used to men, not women. And they tell the same things that women tell. Men just need to keep it real on the other side of it.
Oh, men, so you're saying on your show, men say they want a 100K woman?
No, men don't really say anything like that. But a lot of the men that I ask, they haven't come in contact with women that's saying, I want a 6-figure man and a 7-figure man. So a lot of times on the shows with the Twitter, YouTube fingering many, what they like to do, they come in and they throw accusation and insinuations on Black women especially. But then you meet them in the other side of the world, and it's saying to myself, how could you have been on there with the Twitter fingers and you shouldn't even be standing next to me? I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I say that all the time. People get on here lying and stuff like that. People make up that stuff. People make up that stuff and just lie. That's the thing about social media. It have become, it encourages performative behavior, in which people are more concerned with, instead of being realistic, instead of being genuine in who they really are, it's not because who I really am is a little embarrassing. Who I really am might not get me the attention I want. Who I really am might not get the love interest that I want, or I might not fit in, and or I want people to really watch me and click on me and stuff like that. And so they become performative. And so it's the whole, oh, I want to do with six figures, and they don't date guys that make six figures. It's not impossible to do. I mean, honestly, you can get damn close to it if people knew who made six figures. Ain't really that hard of a thing. But yeah, but she's absolutely right. You'll see people over in one side of the world saying something, you catch them somewhere else and they singing a whole nother damn tune, and they just making up stuff. And a lot of the guys, they ain't no better anyway. They'll sit here and say, oh, these women, they just want one thing. But you have a real conversation with them and they'll tell you, like, man, you know, ain't no woman ever said that to you. You know, like, come on, stop it. I think your personality and your character matter the most out of anything. People have said things about, oh, um, women don't want no short guy. Please, I'm short, and I ain't never had an issue or nothing out there because I got a good attitude, I got great character, and I carry myself a certain way. And I think that if people would worry about more focus on their character, I think they would fare better in life. And I think that's what's going to affect you the most, not this stupid superficial shit people talking about all the fucking time. It's like ridiculous, man. Anyway, I'm tired of this. I'm about to click over. I'm about to do some news stuff, man. That's the stuff I really enjoy doing. The dating stuff, I'm not really on it like that no more. It's kind of like, wow, it's nothing new. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. This lady, however, I do like her. She's 50. She's doing a thing. The only thing that I would say is a issue is the marriage thing. Just take care of that, you know. But I'm pretty sure there's a guy out there that's probably went through that would be understanding of that, especially if she says she was married but separated for 3 years, then whatever. But handle that. Yeah, handle that. Trying to see, did she ask her the question, when's the last time? Let me see, get to that. Let me see if I get that final opinion.
Ooh, ooh. Okay, all right. We got to know
I'm
Queen a
raising
little
all
bit
men.
more.
I'm raising all men, not women. So they can come at me how they want to. It's not what they say to me is what I say back. But I'll say it within respect, though. I won't use any profane language, not the heavy ones anyway.
Ooh. So, Queen, your the next question is, when's your last relationship? But technically, you're still married.
Yeah, my last relationship was with my husband.
Okay. The next question you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
The last time I was intimate with someone probably was about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I separated July 1st of 2022, so it's been about 2 years ago.
So will you not have sex until you're officially divorced?
It depends on if I find somebody that I'm interested before I get that.
Okay.
Because I already been intimate with someone and I've been separated. I mean, I can't tell a lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
2 years ago, that wasn't your husband.
No, I separated from my husband. I separated from my husband on July the 1st, 2022. But it's been about 2 years ago since I've been intimate with someone. It's almost 3 years since separation.
Okay.
But a year
after you got separated, you okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
The 3 flaws that I have to work on is just maintaining, for me, to make sure that I continue to hold myself accountable. I got to make sure I hold myself accountable for things that I can control. That's like the main thing for me, just holding myself accountable. Another thing that I need to make sure for myself, I got to make sure, like I promised, that I'll tell the truth about things, you know, because as long as you tell the truth, they can't case you up. They can't do those things. And another thing that's important to me is to make sure that I keep the Lord ahead of my heart. Okay. Like it's not about a church and it's not about a Bible. It's making sure that I keep him the head of my heart. Because if I keep him the head of my heart, he'll lead me to places that I need to be. And it's not about a religion for me, for all y'all that think it's religion, because religion comes with restrictions and different things, but being spiritual don't.
Okay. Oh, I hope our mic isn't messing up. But we're almost done. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
A guy would be lucky to be with me because I'll bring something to the table, which is if I could get behind you, because behind every man is a strong woman. And I know I'm a strong woman. And you just have to be there for him when he's down to be able to pick him back up. Because being a strong woman comes with a lot of territory. For me, I graduated from womanhood.
Yeah, no, I hope they fix the mic thing. I think I'm trying to see. Come on.
I call myself a
You
queen. That's
graduated.
why
Wait. The phone was messing up. You graduated from what?
womanhood.
Wait. So let's do this because your phone was staticky. So let me ask that question again and let's see if you can answer it without the static. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I said I've graduated from womanhood. That's why I'm a
okay.
queen.
What I was saying is we had some technical difficulties. Your Wi-Fi was messing up. So start from the top of what you said when I said, why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I said a guy would be lucky to be with me because I'll have his back when he down, long as he have mine. A guy would be lucky to be with me because I'm a team player. I mean, people can look at it and say, "Oh, but you separated. That don't make you a team player." No, that ain't the goddamn problem. The problem is, as long as I've been married at 50 years old. I've been married 31 years. So that means I put some sort of boots on the ground. I raised 2 children. I'm raising a god baby that I've had since she was 7 weeks old. You know, and I raised her without getting anything from family. I am a good woman and I like to cook. And I used to own a restaurant because cooking is my heart. But my daddy taught me that though.
Are you streaming? They're telling me to ask you if you're streaming.
Am I streaming? No, I'm on my computer. I'm not streaming.
Okay, gotcha. You don't have to answer, but do you want to share? Do you want to share why you're getting a divorce?
I'm getting a divorce because I feel like at the end of the day, I put everything that I could put into a marriage. And if I'm not going to get anything out of it by the time I leave here, I'd rather be out of that and at least find my life of happiness. I put my time in it and I've tried. And I've tried longer than a lot of people that can't tell me they've been married 31 years with 2 kids later. I've tried and I can't stay in it. I'm not going to. And that don't make me less of a woman. That make me more of one.
No, listen, I'm a person that believes in, I would rather a woman be, and that's not even a woman, a person in life. A person in life should, like, God gave you a purpose, and it's not everybody's purpose to be a husband or a wife. And I believe if you're in something toxic, that's not God's purpose for you. I would rather a person be single and in healthy relationship with themselves than partnered in something toxic. So
I agree, but I don't. I agree, but I kind of disagree at the same time because I do know this though. I think a lot of people that would say something to this woman ain't even been on Earth 30 years, and this woman been on Earth long enough to have done something for 30 years in her life, and so she know when she need to leave. Right. But I don't like the thing Kendra G tried to push in there because it's kind of like slow down, slow down, slow down. Don't throw in, I get not want to be in a toxic situation. You know what? Everybody's so sensitive these days, anything can be toxic to them. That's just a common thing. That's just a word people throw on things. It doesn't mean anything. It could be because the marriage is not going your way. It's it's toxic. Why? And they have no explanation for it. They just call it toxic, and it's just anything that makes them uncomfortable.
I'm there with you. I think I was asking earlier about the divorce, not as in you should stay. It was more so handling that chapter to close it. So now you can let in something fresh and new. That was the point I was going for, not with you should stay married. That's an individual choice. And I will keep it real. Sometimes you can get a divorce and then there won't be somebody behind door number 2. Like that's a reality. So I don't want to paint the narrative that you leave your husband or your wife and then Mr. Perfect is behind door number 2. That's not the point. If you're gonna leave your divorce, you're leaving it because of yourself. And you have decided that my spiritual well-being is more important than me staying partner with a person that's gonna put me to an early grave. But if so that's just my own 2 cents. But
it's the truth though, Kendra. At the end of the day, you could stay in a situation and you could be miserable. One thing that I did do, and I promised that I was going to finish, I see my kids, they, through their life, they was with mama and daddy. They didn't know any of the hardships. And a lot of times, especially in our community, we do stay in marriages a lot of the times for the wrong reason. And if you got to step out of it, the Lord not gonna hate you, because the Bible do tell you he don't like a fool.
Well, I think since we're here with it, let's just talk about it a little bit more. And hosting this show, kids are the number one reason for marriages staying together. Like, it is the number one reason, children. And because all the men that basically call me who really want to be husbands, they're looking for people to build a legacy with. Of course, I have men that already have kids that were once married and like married, but want to be married to somebody else. But the number one reason why people call me, especially the men, because I feel like there's a lot of women who say they want to be wives. I talked about this a second ago. But there's not a lot of men who are on record saying they want to be husbands. Like, men are vocal with, I don't want to get married. Like, I don't want to get married. I don't even know if I want to be a boyfriend. Like, men are vocally saying it. But there are a group of men who really do still want to be husbands, respect the role of a husband. And a lot of times it revolves around children. Exactly. And when we compare our marriage statistics to 2025 versus years ago when it was a higher probability, people are leaving out all the facts of things that changed. There was a time when women couldn't even get bank accounts, so she couldn't go nowhere. She couldn't get a home in her name, so it wasn't really an option.
I can't do it no more. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's the same thing all the time. It's the same damn thing all the time. The woman couldn't own land. She was a prisoner of marriage. They literally repeat. Um, they literally repeat the same thing all the time. People back then were just more community focused. And that's where they were with it. Okay. Everybody wants to get married. Everybody wants to relate. I'm not gonna say everybody. Let me not be just. Most people want a relationship. Most people want to get married. They want love. They want understanding. They want somebody with them. Okay. If you hear anybody saying they don't want a relationship or they don't want marriage, don't listen to them. When I was single and I was in that mind of, hey, I don't want to get married, I didn't talk about it. People sure do talk a lot about something that they say they don't want. And that's the joke. They want it. That's why they talk about it all the time. That's why they're so consumed. That's why it's being sold the way it is. Literally, podcasts are creating solutions to problems that don't exist. Look at the titles. Get on apps like Clubhouse, go on to Twitter Spaces, all these spaces where people are talking, making these big deals out of things that don't exist. So everybody must want love because it seems to be for sale. Everybody's talking about it. It's people may struggle, can't figure it out, how to get it, how to obtain it, how to make a relationship last. Some people are scared, and so that they'll lash out. You know, oh, I don't want a relationship. Oh, I don't. It's not true. Everybody wants it. Anywho, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to do something else. Do something else. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share the video. I appreciate
Risky behavior.